So I was walking around my base and I noticed it was really dirty, and honestly, who likes to clean a big mess up? So instead, I'm gonna spend hundreds of hours building a gigantic new base. And for this new base, I'm thinking maybe just a big circular pit with something on the outside for a design. But first, we have to actually design the base. So I think for now, I'm gonna go into a creative world and spend the next couple hours designing something I like. Alright, it's been a couple hours and I think this is what I'm gonna stay with. And honestly, I'm satisfied with it. It looks really cool. If you're wondering what that hole in the middle is, that's gonna be where I put my storage room. Now let's check the block list. 260,000 blocks. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Alright, so we're back in the main world now, and we need to find a spot to build the base. And I think I know somewhere that would be perfect. So last summer, I needed a bunch of materials, and I decided to start digging out a big perimeter, but I never ended up actually finishing it, and I barely even started it, and it would be a perfect spot to put the base. But there's a problem. I never recorded anything, like finding the spot to build the base, or the beginning of digging out the pit, because at the time I didn't plan on doing YouTube. But I'll give a general rundown of it. So first I flew around looking for a good spot to dig. Then after I found a spot that I liked, I set up a quick perimeter. After I got the perimeter done, set up the TNT bombing machines, and then just basically had to follow behind them and make sure they didn't blow up or fail. Oh, and also, the whole time I had to deal with flowing water, and I had to get rid of it because TNT doesn't blow up in water, forcing me to get sponges so then I could drain out all the water so that the TNT could explode. And this whole process was very, very tedious and annoying. And at a certain point, the TNT skipped over a part of the land, so I had to go in and mine it by hand, and it took so long because I didn't have any beacons available, so I couldn't use haste too. And it was just the little things like this that added up that made this project very difficult. But at a certain point, you learn that things are bound to go wrong, and you just have to deal with it. But then again, when the machines explode 3 times in a row, in less than 10 minutes, you kind of lose your mind. After the bombing machines got to deep slate, I was able to go in and collect diamonds as they were exposed, which made the project feel way more rewarding. This lower layer was also way easier because the water was all gone and the only thing I had to deal with really was lava, but I didn't really need to clear that out because most of it was at the bedrock layer. And as the machines got lower and exposed more diamonds, the digging process just kept getting easier and easier because finding the diamonds motivated me because I knew I was getting benefited from it. Wait. Getting benefited? I don't know. But anyways, it was paying off. And as the machines broke the last few rows of blocks, I realized that this is the first step almost fully complete into building the base. Alright guys, the machines are done, but now I have to go in and get rid of everything that they missed beforehand by just coming down here and mining it. After finishing the last part of the pit, that completes step 1 in this mega base project, meaning we can now move on to step 2, gathering the materials. Now, I went through all the video files on my PC, and for whatever reason, could not find the footage of me gathering the gray concrete powder, but at least I can show the conversion process. And right now, I'm realizing that this concrete converter does not have enough storage to convert all the powder, so I'm upgrading that. And all I'm really doing to upgrade this is adding a few more chests and hoppers so the powder can all flow down into the system to get converted. After I finished all of that, I used the leftover chests and hoppers to go out and upgrade the output storage system since it needed one too. And again, I was just placing chests and hoppers to make the storage bigger. The next item on the list is cobblestone, and this one is really easy since all I have to do is just come over to my cobblestone farm with some shulkers and grab it. Now that that's done, we can check off cobblestone from our list and then move on to the next item, which is sand. In fact, it's 10,000 sand. Now luckily, I should have that in my gravity block storage. No, I do not. So for now, I'm gonna have to AFK my gravity block farm, and I'll check back in when it's done. So right now, I'm flying back from the gravity block storage to place all the sand on the dirt platform, completing all the sand we need for the build, which means we can now move on to the next block we need, which is mud. And right now, I'm looking on the map to see where I can get some, and I think I found a spot near spawn, so let's head there. Alright, now we have all the mud, And I think we should do a quick list of all the blocks I'm about to gather, otherwise my PC might die trying to render this video because of how long it would be. So, grass, dirt, mangrove leaves, mangrove logs, mangrove roots, stone, podzol, spruce logs, mycelium, jungle logs, oak and birch leaves and logs, brown and red mushrooms, and a few others I couldn't find the recordings to. But that's everything collected, which means it's time to start building. And to start the build, I did a live stream in which I finished the floor and wall to the base. Building the walls didn't take too long since I was just going in a circle and it got done pretty quickly. After the walls were done, I put away the spare blocks and grabbed some stone and went to the top of the build where all the biomes would go, and then started building. This layer took a really long time to build since the diameter was about 350 blocks across, and I'm just placing the same block over and over. But the next layer should be much better since there will be variety in what I'm building. During the whole process of making this video, OBS, which is my recording software, has been doing weird stuff like randomly just blacking out recordings and making my mic sound terrible, so I didn't have the start to making the desert biome in the build, but this is the biome we're starting with, and to be honest, it's probably the easiest biome to do since it's made of like 3 types of blocks. I finished the desert biome in a couple of hours, meaning we can move on to the next biome, the old growth spruce taiga. Now, this biome is way bigger and requires a lot more blocks, so I'm going to be building this for a while. So first, I placed down the first layer and then slowly built the biome. It took a good while, and the whole time I was being attacked by mobs, which made it about 10 times worse than it would have been without them, but at least I got it done. The next biome is the forest. And this one shouldn't take too long since there aren't too many things to build in it, and there's only 2 types of trees. So, I finished the forest biome in a couple of hours, which is pretty easy, but now we get to the next biome, which is almost as easy as the desert, the Badlands. The Badlands consist of a lot of different blocks, but the block count isn't very much, meaning this should take barely any time at all. And that is the Badlands biome done. And honestly, it's going to be the same process over and over again, so I'm just going to make a sort of montage to go through the rest of the biomes. Next up we have the jungle biome. Next up is the Mushroom Island. Last but not least is the Mangrove Swamp. Well, this is it. The last blocks of the build. It's taken months to make this, and it's finally finished when I place these blocks in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're done. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. This video has taken a long time to make, and all support is appreciated. Thank you.